Substance misuse and addiction are pervasive issues in the United States, even affecting superstars like DMX. I'm Doma T. Pungo, and this is MTV News Need to Know. Fans have gathered outside the hospital where DMX is in critical care to show love for the rapper. TMZ reports that he suffered an overdose on Friday, which triggered a heart attack. According to a family member, paramedics tried resuscitating him for 30 minutes, and the lack of oxygen reportedly caused severe brain damage. X is in a hospital in White Plains, New York, and is in critical condition. The rapper had gone to rehab several times throughout his decades-long battle with addiction, most recently checking himself in 2019. In a vulnerable interview with fellow MC Talib Kweli last year, X alleged that he began using when his mentor tricked him into smoking crack cocaine at the young age of 14.
I hit the blood and I'm like, I never felt like this, like it just me up. I later found out that he laced the blood with crack. Why would you do that to a child?
Right.
And this nigga like 30, you know what I'm saying? And he knew how I looked up to him. Why would you do that to somebody who looks up to you?
On Monday night, a prayer vigil for X was held outside the hospital. And on Easter Sunday, his wife, Tashira Simmons, posted a story of the people who've been showing their support outside of the facility all weekend long, writing, quote, "The love is real. Just touched my heart." A lot of all the love and prayers pouring in for X, author and activist Charlene Carruthers tweeted, "How do we make the compassion folks are extending to DMX irresistible and constant for all folks living with addiction to substances?" Addiction can happen to anybody, and those who are more susceptible to substance misuse faced even more challenges this past year. As a result of pandemic-related stress, financial problems, and isolation, 2020 saw a 20% increase in fatal overdoses, the highest number of deadly overdoses in our country's history. Now, there are some important things that we can do to combat this crisis. We can acknowledge the issue, and we can treat addiction like the disease that it is, not a crime. And we're not just talking about illegal drugs here, given that the first wave of our addiction crisis started with overprescribing opioids in the 1990s. The effort to hold pharmaceutical companies accountable for their role in this has been underway since far before the pandemic. Take Purdue Pharma. It's the company run by the Sackler family that developed OxyContin. It used misleading marketing practices to hide how addictive the drug can be, and it manipulated doctors into prescribing the drug aggressively. Despite admitting to illegal marketing twice in 2 separate plea deals, no one from Purdue has served prison time. Rather, people who suffer from addiction are criminalized. They're usually the ones who butt heads with law enforcement and end up going without the support that they need. Look at the trial of former police officer Derek Chauvin. He's being charged with murder, but we see the defense trying to weaponize George Floyd's disease to place him at fault for his own death. But the truth is, Floyd is one of so many who became addicted through a broken healthcare system built on greed. On Thursday, Floyd's girlfriend, Courtney Ross, took to the stand and talked about how they both became hooked through prescribed medications. She for ongoing neck pain and Floyd for persistent back pain. It's what she called a classic story of addiction in our country.
We both had prescriptions. We got addicted and tried really hard to break that addiction many times. It's not something that just kind of comes and goes. It's something I'll deal with forever.
Again, addiction is not a crime. It's a disease that millions of Americans suffer from each day. So as we continue to pray for the legendary DMX, we need to keep in mind everyone who's fighting the same battles that he fought, and keep in mind the root cause of this epidemic. I'm Doma T. Pungo, and that's what you need to know.